Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great week. Last week was very good, and this week we're hoping for the best as we trade or continue to trade good. Now, if you have been following my analysis for some time now, you would realize that we have been bullish on gold all this while, and the confirmations we keep looking for always falls into place for us. So, with this very week what I'm looking out for is still bullish. I'm still bullish on gold for this very week because last week gave us our full confirmation for buys. So I'm still looking for more buying opportunities on gold this week. From last 2 weeks and then last week, we were looking at our first target being 34.35. And as you can see, our first target has been hit, which is 34.35. And so our next target that we'll be looking out for is our 3,500 zone. This particular zone is our next target for the week. I'm looking at price respecting our 34.35, breaking it and giving us a retest in order for us to be able to get to our 3,500 zone as our first target for this very week should price be able to get there. Now once price is able to get to 3,500, then what I'm looking out for on gold is for gold to hit 4,000. So once we're able to achieve our 3,500 this week, or should we even achieve it next week, then I would be very positive and very sure that we are going to hit our next target of 4,000 should we be able to hit our 3,500. Now for this very week, what I'm looking out for gold, since I'm bullish, when you look at the zones that I've marked out, I have my worst areas should price get to those zones, and then the most promising areas that I'm looking out for. Now price is at a resistance, as we can see from the charts. As we can see, price is at a resistance zone, this very point, which is at 34.35. That's the resistance zone. So looking at what currently price is doing, I will be looking out for two things for confirmation. Once I get a bearish candle at our 34.35, then I will be selling the market to our 33.85 zone, which is this area. Once market opens and gives me a very good bearish candle, that's a 4-hour bearish candle closure, then it means that I will be selling the market to our 33.85 zone. And from the 33.85 zone, I'm looking at price shooting up from there. That is the point that I'm looking at price using, or the support level I'm looking at price using to give us or head towards our 3,500 zone. Now should price not respect this level, because this is the zone I'm looking at price respecting to take us to the 3,500 should it sell. But in the event that price does not respect that zone and breaks down, then my last point of contact for buys is going to be our 33.40 zone that price did not utilize well before moving to the upside. And this zone is also coming from the weekly level. And so for price to fall all the way to our 33.40 zone, then that will be my last buy confirmation zone for me to take buys to the upside. But should that point break, then I would be turning my attention to be selling or shorting in the market. But until then, as I said, my main focus for continuation is going to be 33.85 zone. I'm not expecting price to break 33.85 zone to the downside. So I'll be looking out for price holding above our 33.85 zone should it give me a bearish confirmation from our 34.35 zone to drop down. Now if I do not get the bearish confirmation from our 34.35, but we have a bullish candle closing above the resistance, then it means that I would also be picking a buy trade from that point. So should we have a bullish candle break above, then it means I would be taking my buys from our 34.35, which is our current possible support zone that price can use to get to our 3,500. Now, one thing about gold is anytime gold is approaching the last all-time high, most of the times it does not give us structures that we would be able to rely on in order to get to our intended target. But what it does is it just gives you clues using candlesticks. So for this week, since I know this is the pattern that gold normally trades on, and we only have this area for us to be able to get to our 3,500, I'm just expecting gold to give us the candlestick structures for us to be able to get to our 3,500. But as we know, market is market and anything can happen. So should price just respect market structures, then any sell confirmation will lead us to this point and then we'll continue. So the main zones that I'm keeping an eye on is our 34-35 zone, which is this very zone, 34-35 for buying confirmation, and then our 33.85 also for buy confirmation should we have price sell down to that particular part. And then the worst scenario is for price to move all the way to 33.40. Should price get there, fine, but I'm not looking at price getting to that particular level. So for this week, this is what I am keeping an eye on gold. But remember, every day I come your way with the daily analysis whereby we look at whatever the chart is printing for us in order for us to be able to make good picks from what we are getting. If this is your first time of joining the channel, then please click the like button and then subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so you will be notified anytime I drop any new video on the chat. This week I'm not expecting much, just the chart playing out in its simple terms as we are seeing. And then also, if you have not joined my Telegram channel, please do well to do so by checking from the description and clicking on the link so that you can join the community, and any trade setup that I have daily on gold and other currency pairs, we can all trade it and benefit from the market. Until then, see you tomorrow morning for another analysis, and a great week to all of you. Bye bye.